What's going on? UPS just let go of 12,000 employees.
We're 6 months into the year and it's been such a difficult...
It's still January.
What?
You got 11 months left.
What?
I need you guys to pay very close attention and get your resumes out there and really start. I don't care. Contact your friends, contact your extended family, contact your ex-coworkers, find out where they're working at, and make sure you have some interviews lined up ASAP. Pay somebody to redo your resume, start applying like crazy. I have some links in my bio of AI automated systems that will help you apply to jobs a lot faster to help you get your applications out there faster. But besides that, I have to make this video because I just had 2 people close to me tell me that they were laid off. What is happening? These are tenured people that have been doing their jobs for a while, been with their companies for a while. This is not good. And it's scary. And I feel like something is in the water. Something big is coming. And I just want you guys, I don't know. I just want you guys to really start buckling down and trying to find something, anything. Just find something that's going to pay you and pay you enough. Start budgeting like crazy, loud budgeting. Start really budgeting. And really start asking people, hey, is your job hiring? Is your job hiring?
Now, am I the only one getting a little upset with everything happening in 2024 already? But on top of that, I hear a video the other day that said most companies are not going to want or care if you have a degree. They'll hire you with no degree. It's all about what you know and how you learn it and da-da-da. I know. I don't got a bachelor's degree. Some have graduate. And then also became a nurse. For them to say they no longer require a degree. So I'm paying my student loans. For everyone else to get in for free.
What's going on? UPS just let go of 12,000 employees. Microsoft is laying off a couple thousand. Google. What the hell is happening? What are we not being told? What is going on? But the business channels are saying that the economy is doing good. So I need to know for my own logical brain, I don't know who to trust at this point. You got the so-called experts who say things are going great. And then you see the actual numbers of people that are being laid off or let go. It just doesn't make any sense.
Some growing signs of a slowdown in jobs. Jobless claims last week up. Private payroll growth dropped last month. UPS just said it's laying off 12,000 people. And of course, there have been tens of thousands of job cuts in technology lately. All of this coming ahead of tomorrow's jobs number. So let's talk about trends in jobs and hiring and bring in Recruiter.com Chairman Evan Sohn. Evan, good to have you back on the program. I referenced in the tease going to break, is it merely because the calendar? What I mean by that is we often tend to see a lot of layoffs at the beginning of a year. Companies can then sort of adjust their books on the earlier side. Do you view this more as a January specific trend that'll slow down, or could we expect a growth in more layoffs the remainder of the year?
First of all, Brian, good to see you, and thanks for having me on. It's a very complex job market. I think the layoffs in tech, like a company like Salesforce that announces that they're laying off 700 people, are still hiring 1,000 other people. So there's clearly a changing of their overall staffing in the IT space. But healthcare still is strong. You know, healthcare is still in our top 3 areas that the recruiters are recruiting for, followed by IT and sales. Nice to see that sales is up there. I think there's still this notion of if I need to come up with really good earnings, the fastest way to do that was really to lay off staff and to reduce my overall operating expenses. I think we're going to see that growth in sales. Really nice to see that. because once I'm done making cost-cutting measures, the next is really to grow my revenues. And how do I do that but through sales?
She is not the only millennial doing this.
Move to a secondary city. Do it now. I lived in LA and I lived in New York for 10 years. It was great. It did what it needed to do for my hustle and my grind. When you hit 30, move to a secondary city. Literally do it. You'll save money. You'll have a more comfortable lifestyle. Your body will thank you because like we're getting up there. We need a little bit more space, a little bit more air to breathe, some trees. Look into secondary cities, people.
There's a wave of young people leaving big cities, and Bank of America actually did a survey to see which of those cities they are. These cities include Los Angeles, where the average home sale price is $1 million, and the average rent is $3,200. Groceries, which matter, are 11% higher than the national average. Next, there's Boston, where the average home price is $830,000. The average rent, which actually shocked me, is $37,000. That's a lot. And grocery prices were also 11% higher than the national average. San Jose, which is pretty close to Silicon Valley, is another city young people are leaving. The average cost of a home is $1.4 million. And rent is about $2,700. Groceries, and this shocked me, is 21% higher than the national average. You are really paying a lot for that avocado. New York, which we all know is very expensive, is losing young people. The average home price is $1.2 million. The average rent is over $4,600. And grocery prices are 30% higher here than the national average. This is actually one of the reasons why I literally buy fruit from the street. And then there's San Francisco, which has an average home price of $1.3 million. And the average apartment rent is a little over $3,600. And groceries, just like New York, are 30% higher than the national average. A part of me hopes that there's a massive exodus of young people leaving these big cities, because I think if cities get desperate enough for young people, for talent, that they will have to address these economic inequalities. What do you think?
Only in America, part 4. And I'm gonna have to go in the grocery store for real this time though, because I really gotta get some medicine and stuff. But Only in America, part 4. Only in America do you have to pay taxes on not only your federal income tax, your state income tax, but you have to pay for your streets, you have to pay for your housing income tax, you have to pay for taxes at every grocery store, you have to pay for taxes on every freaking thing after you've already paid your federal and state income tax. And they say that it's going to benefit you and your fellow Americans when they don't show any of that in any of the outcomes. And you realize once you add all the money up and the dollars up in your head, you're like, I could have done a lot more for my fellow Americans with that money than the federal government did. And you're watching them ship it over to another country. I mean, that's, only in America, you guys. Not to mention that they always want their pay to increase with inflation that they caused while they're increasing the Fed rate. So they're making it very hard for businesses to keep prices low. For the businesses that genuinely are not trying to price gouge, because there are a couple that are really just trying to price gouge, but the ones that are not trying to price gouge just can't afford to have lower prices because right now everything's expensive. Well, guess what? They are the reason why. It is the federal government that did that. It is the federal government that is to blame for why you can't afford to live right now. And they are not looking to increase your income, and they don't care that we are all getting treated like crap, and they do not care if people lose their jobs. They do not care about you. And that is only in America. I mean, I'm just looking at everybody else, and nobody else cares about us right now. And even our own government doesn't care about us.
Looks like the DWP have messed up again. Cost of living payments.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
On the 31st of October to the 19th of November. I do surely hope I do not have to wait like 9 months to get that.
No. What the?